welcome to my channel Dev Online. In this tutorial of JavaScript, today we are going to learn while loop. The most basic loop in JavaScript is the while loop, which will be discussed in this chapter or in this video. So the purpose of while loop is to execute a statement or a code block repeatedly as long as an expression is true. Once the expression becomes false, the loops will be terminated. Here is one example in the flowchart. How is the while loops is working. So here you can see, guys, while condition. So here you need to define, like we define a condition to the while, and this condition take when it runs. So we call here if the condition is true in the code block, and they checking if the condition is true is go back. If not true is go back. Condition check again, then again is not true, then again go back. If again is not true, so if is true, it's going to be show you the code block was the result is that's true you define, or if is false the condition, so it will be terminated. So this is how the while condition is working. I actually prefer while loops generally because they are a bit more flexible, but in most cases whenever you are using a for loop, you could use a while loop. It's up to you guys. So when might a while loop a good idea? Well, to demonstrate that I am going to go back to how many fingers app, but I'm going to turn it around. So instead of us guessing how many fingers the computer is holding up, the computer has to guess how many fingers we are holding up. And essentially, I'm going to set up, so we state how many fingers we are holding up, and then the computer keeps taking random guesses until it gets it right, and then it tells you how many guesses it took. So I'm going to set this is an optional channel, so it's quite a tricky, but we are not going to do any Googling. There is no new information here. It's just using while loops in a more advanced way. So I will give you a moment to put the video and give it to a short time if you are feeling confident so you can do it. Anyhow, let's start how we can make this. So first of all, in the body tag here, I'm just creating a paragraph. How many fingers I am holding in my hands. You guys can call whatever you guys like. In the second paragraph, here is the second paragraph. I'm going to start one input with the ID, especially for the JavaScript. We take the ID, and here I'm calling the ID my number. What is number? What number we going to tell them? So that's number. That's why I'm giving the ID. But it's up to you guys, whatever ID name you guys want to give them to the input. And it's type text. Second, we need a button when we click. So on click function, our click function for the button to guess how many. So here I'm calling the ID is guess, and then close the tag, and here name of the button is guess. Now I'm going to start JavaScript here. So script type, which is text JavaScript, and then close the script tag. Let me clear it. So first of all, we need to create a function, on click function, whenever you click on the button. So let's go document dot get element by ID. So the ID of the button is guess. So we call here guess ID, and then dot on click. So we say on click, then we call here on click function, and the function is here. Now what? When it's click the button, so what should we want to do here? We want took the value of the input. So we say my number, var my number. We create one variable with the number and then call to the document dot get element by id, and which the id of this for this is my number, basically my number here in the input id. So we took here and tell to the code we need a value of this input. So we took the value of this input. So on the click function, let me alert so we can check is this is work or not. So I just want to alert here. Let me open the browser. In the browser, I'm going to type guess 3 and it's showing us alert. Okay, it's working. So it's work here. Okay, let me remove again because we don't need it. Now I'm going to tell to the code one variable is guess. We need to give math dot random. Okay, they have to take the random number between how many? So it's basically 5 fingers. So they have to take guess 5 numbers. So I'm calling him guess is equal to and guess into 6. So between 0 1 2 3 4 5. So it's basically 5 finger. And after this calling guess, which is we need to float them. So math dot floor basically. Okay, here's need to be capital the M. So math dot float function here, and then we call what need to be floated is guess, the guess variable, which is equal to the numbers value. After this, now we have to give him some logic. Okay, if the guess is equal to my number, for example, is equal to my number, if it's true, so then computer will be correct. I'm just comment here so you guys will be know what's the logic is here. And if not, so we can call here else, and in the else we say computer is wrong. So like this is the basic structure we're gonna do. For this we need to define another variable in which called by work with the boolean. The booleans is like boolean true and false. So here before the var guess, I'm calling here variable in which I call got it. So got it essentially false by default, and second variable, let me show you first what should be the got it do. So here if the got it, we calling here got it, if the got it is equal to true, if the got it guess is equal to my number, if this number is become true, so then alert us and call got it. And if this false, so you can also say alert wrong, or whatever you guys can call. Now we need here, we can check there is something, so we can check again, and we calling here guess, and say it's wrong because we never follow the while loop yet, so it cannot guess yet the correct way. So we call say guess again, and it's still have a wrong because we never defined the while loop. In this, let's got it the while loop. So we call here while got it, this variable is equal to, sorry, it's checking if this is false. The got it is false, so then you have to check. So I'm wrapping all these in the while loop function, in the while loops. So while got it is equal to false, so guess the number again and again and check it. So let's try again. So now I'm just guessing his number and say the pages still say wrong, again, wrong. At the end they got it. Now you can see, let me show you again. Wrong, first step wrong, again they condition, again start, again say wrong, again say wrong, again wrong, and at the end the computer got it. So how we can discover it by automatically is goes at the main time show us, not evenly after every checking they show the result to us. So here I'm going to creating a variable which is number of guesses, and is equal to, this number of guesses is equal to 1. Okay, one time when the guesses, and then they counted these guesses number. Here I'm calling in the alert here. So I'm saying it was the guess number. It's when they alerting us, so it will show us, okay, what was the number, which is, you can say the guess or my number, same thing because the input value. And then after this they also told us, the computer, it was took me plus how many numbers time, the one variable we define here, number of guesses. So we calling here number of guesses, okay, how many number of guesses computer took. The one we did just now, we pressing again and again, and it's guessing, or it goes wrong. So now here we define the number of guesses 1, so it will be for the while loop checking again until they never got the answer correct. In the wrong, we can call here number of guesses and plus. Okay, how many times it goes wrong. So we can check again here in the while loop, and I'm calling here 3 and guess. So now you can see here, got it, it was a 3, it was 3 number, and it took me 2 guesses, and 2 times it guessed, and the computer was again correct. Let me give him one more 5, and got it, it was 5, and it took me 1 guess. Only in 1 guess computer got it. So here let me yeah, so basically just creating space. Sure. So this is how we can implement the while loop. We can use while loop. It's better you can play around with it and make some function with the while loop, make some kind of game with the while loop. So for today, this video, I hope you guys understand with the while loop. If you guys have any question, any kind of question, please comments below and likes my video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.